So I'm starting with this Rimmel London Insta Fix 2-in-1 primer and setting spray. And I'm just gonna apply this on my face because it's kind of dry, and this helps hydrate my face. Next up, I'll be using the Wet n Wild Photofocus Dewy foundation. Just using a damp beauty sponge to blend my foundation now. Okay, so now I'm done with my foundation. It looks a little bit orange on camera, I'm not sure why, but trust me, it doesn't look like this in real life. So next up, I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Photofocus concealer. Here it is over here. So this is in the shade E841B light medium beige. I'm just gonna apply it over here a little bit, over here, because this is a very light shade, but I think I'm just gonna mix it with my foundation, and then I'm gonna apply some over here and over here, and then some over here, and some over here, some on my chin. And I also like to apply some on my cheeks, just a small amount, and then a little bit on my forehead as well. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of foundation over the or at the bottom of the concealer that I've applied, and this will like eventually mix together. Oh, I forgot to apply some on my nose, so I also need some on my nose, not too much. I'm just gonna let this sit and marinate for like a minute, just to make sure that I get enough coverage. Before going in with my Revlon setting powder, I'm just going to go in with this Essence compact powder, and this is in the shade 30 medium beige, and I'm just going to apply that where I applied my concealer. This is a totally new technique for me. Like, I've never done this before, but you know what, let's try something new and see how it turns out. And now I'm gonna go in with my Revlon Candid Photo Ready Setting Powder, and I'm just doing this to set my concealer. Okay, so I've never applied powder with a beauty sponge before, but there's a first time for everything. I guess this is to make sure that the product really goes into your skin. Now I'm gonna bronze my face using this Wet n Wild Cosmic Collision eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be using this brown shade over here at the bottom. Now I'm gonna go back to my eyes and I'm just gonna blend whatever wasn't blended. And I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer. And I'm just gonna blend this. Now that I've blended, I'm going to take my Revlon setting powder again, and I'm just going to set my concealer on my eyelids. Now I'm just going to blend everything together. And I'm going to go back into the Wet n Wild palette, and I'm going to bronze my nose. Because I didn't really do that, didn't bronze my nose. Next up, I'm going to take some blush over here. This was like a sample blush shade that was sent to me, and I'm just gonna apply that on my cheeks or over my contour or bronzer. Just trying to add some color on my face. Now I'm going to go back into my Rimmel London Insta Fix 2-in-1 primer and setting spray, and I'm just going to set my face. Next up is highlights, and I'm using this Better Than Gold Catrice Cosmetics highlights duo or highlights palette. So I had to do the rest of my face off camera because I was running out of battery, but basically this is the final look, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this and you'll be trying it out. It was a very basic everyday makeup tutorial, and I genuinely hope that you'll be taking some tips and applying them on your daily makeup routines.